Thanks for stopping by Shara Me with Books. My name is Edshara, and today I will be doing my June wrap-up. Most of the books that I have, I wrote a more detailed review over on Goodreads, so I will just be going through these briefly. If you want to know more of my thoughts, you can check me out over there on Goodreads, and I'll leave a link in the description box below. So I will start with the books that I liked the least, and work my way to the ones that I really enjoyed. So the first one is Sorrow's Knot by Erin Bow. I didn't actually pick this one up this month. I don't know, during the course of the month it just didn't seem like it was something I wanted to read, so I just didn't pick it up. But it may be one that I might try to revisit later down the line, but for right now I just wasn't interested enough. The next one is The Cabinet of Earths by Ann Nesbitt. This was one that I was looking forward to. It was on my Goodreads want to read list. However, after 5 chapters I DNF'd it. It just wasn't grabbing my attention the way that I thought it would. And one of the characters was described as average and forgettable, and her power or her magic was that she was invisible, or that when people looked at her she was a bit blurry. And I think even one of the characters used the excuse that she was possibly autistic, as to that was why, you know, you couldn't really focus on her, or something to that effect. And I don't know, maybe it got better, but that just didn't sit well with me, and it wasn't grabbing my attention, so I DNF'd it. Then we have Joseph by Sheila P. Moses. I got 16 pages into this and I stopped. I made a whole rant video on this. I will link it in the cards up above. So if you would like more of my opinion or my thoughts, please feel free to check out that video. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco was one that was also on my Goodreads want to read list, and I was really looking forward to it. In the end, I only gave it 3 stars. The first half of the book was a little slow for me. I was interested in Audrey Rose and Thomas. I really liked the two of them. I loved the fact that Audrey was tenacious, and, you know, she said, look, this is what I like, this is what I'm going to do, I don't care what society says, and she did what she wanted. I liked that Thomas was a bit direct, and, you know, he was a bit witty, and they were both vulnerable at times. Audrey was a little naive at times, but I enjoyed it. I kind of figured out who the suspect was before we got to the ending, but I still enjoyed the ending. I do want to continue the series because I did like Audrey Rose and Thomas so much, but for me this one was just okay. Then we have Arena by Holly Jennings. I was really interested in this one. It's about Callie Ling, and she is a virtual gamer. I don't know, after reading the synopsis, I thought that this was going to be more along the lines of The Matrix, you know, human versus machine. But I think in the end it was just more of a contemporary, you know, like a sci-fi contemporary, where Callie is a normal girl and her job just happens to be that she's a virtual gamer. There were some pretty cool action scenes in it, as far as the battles that they had to go through in the virtual world, as far as, you know, the gaming tournament that they were in. But other than this, I only gave this 3 stars. And this is the first in a series. I don't know if it's a duology or a trilogy. I won't be continuing the series, and this was just a 3-star for me. Then we have Velocity by Chris Whitting. This was another 3-star book. It was good. I think what, you know, made it 3 stars for me was that the female friendship, I was hoping it was going to be a little stronger, but it fit more along the stereotypes. You know, Cassica, she's the pretty one, she's a little bit thinner, she's overly confident, she's, you know, a bit selfish, you know, that kind of thing. And then you have Shiara. Shiara is chunky, so she's insecure and she's loyal to a fault, and, you know, she doesn't believe that, you know, people actually like her or want to talk to her, that kind of thing. So, I mean, they had a strong friendship, and I think their friendship grew better as the story went. But it, you know, that's the same stereotypes for, I think, most female friendships, and I didn't like that. But overall, the book was pretty good. I think it reminded me a bit of Death Race, the movie with Jason Statham. So I thought that was kind of cool. There were some pretty good action sequences in this, but I wouldn't read this again. Then I have Spelled by Betsy Shao. This one was pretty good. This was another 3-star read for me. I liked it. It was fun. It was a good retelling. She made it her own. I liked a lot of the pop culture references that she had in it. One of my favorites was there was a group called Wrong Direction, and their hit song was My Spell Is What Makes You Beautiful, or something to that effect. So I thought that was kind of cute. The characters were okay. At times they were annoying. You know, the way that it ended was a little bit like, really, you guys kind of left that open. But I liked it enough that I do want to continue the series. But I don't think this would be one that, you know, once I finish the series, I'll reread it. Or I don't think this would be one that I would want to purchase. But it was decent. Then we have The League of Beastly Dreadfuls by Holly Grant. This was another 3-star read for me. I enjoyed it. The beginning was a bit slow. I couldn't get into it. But it did end really well, and it was a good, nice, open ending, because this is a series, and I would like to continue the series. I liked Anastasia. This kind of gave me a James and the Giant Peach kind of vibe. So I did enjoy it, but I just, you know, it was the first half that was a little slow. But I do want to continue the series, and, you know, hopefully it'll get better. Then I have The Chronicles of Egg, Dead Weather and Sunrise by Jeff Rodkey. Again, this was one that I was looking forward to. I ended up only giving it 3 stars. It took a little bit for me to get into it. Once it did start getting good, I really liked Egg. I really liked Millicent. I couldn't stand how Egg's family treated him, so once they were no longer in the book, I wasn't too sad about it. And I do, again, this was another one. I didn't like the beginning, but I liked the ending, and it was good enough that I do want to continue the series. The next one I have is Shooting Kabul by N.H. Zenzai. This is one that I really enjoyed. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was going to be more of a tearjerker than it was, but it was still really good. I felt like Fadi was put in a really tough position. If you don't know the synopsis of this, Fadi, his sister, goes missing while he and his family are fleeing Afghanistan. And it was a really tough position for Fadi to be in, but at the same time, it was kind of the only position that he could have been in. And if you read the book, you'll understand that a little bit more. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I really like this one. And, you know, I learned a lot from this book, which is, I think, what made me give it 4 stars, because I learned a lot that I didn't know. For instance, I had no idea that the Taliban started out as a peaceful group. So things like that were kind of woven throughout the book, little things that I didn't know. And I just found this really, really interesting, and I really enjoyed it. And the last book that I read this month was Say Goodbye for Now by Catherine Ryan Hyde. I really enjoyed this one. This was another 4-star book for me. I wanted to know these people. I wanted to know Dr. Lucy. I wanted to know Calvin and Justin and Pete. I really enjoyed the characters. I think they were well written. Pete and Justin were my favorite. Like, if I could imagine having sons, I would want them to be my sons. They were very sweet. They were very respectful. Lucy and Calvin's relationship was a little insta-lovey, but at the same time, the way it was written sweetly, and it was written innocently, and it took the place over years and years. So while the initial connection was a little bit too quick for me, I did like the progression of the relationship, and that was really fun. I would highly recommend this if this is the kind of thing that you like. So that is it for my June wrap up. If you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts, and if you would like, please subscribe to my channel, as well as follow me on social media. I have all my links down in the description box below. And until next time, guys, God bless. Bye.